All right, welcome to the Explainer. If you've ever tried to start something online, you definitely know the feeling. You've got tons of ideas, you've watched endless tutorials, but somehow you've made zero real progress. So today, we're going to break down the hidden psychological hurdles that stop so many aspiring digital entrepreneurs right in their tracks. Let's start with a feeling that's probably all too familiar. It's this overwhelming, exciting, but also just deeply confusing chaos of the digital world. You see experts everywhere promising foolproof methods. And what do you have to show for it? A head full of information and, well, pretty much empty hands. But hey, don't worry, we've got a map to get you through this. We're going to start by really understanding the terrain, this mental jungle of digital marketing. Then we'll navigate through the three biggest categories of traps, the ones that cause paralysis, the ones that mess with your authenticity, and the ones that trip up your strategy. And finally, we'll land on a brand new, way more powerful marketing mindset. Okay, first things first, let's get right to the core idea of this whole explainer. The problem isn't your skills, it's not your budget, and it's not the competition. The real truth is that web marketing is, first and foremost, a mental game. And the most dangerous traps, they aren't out there. They're the ones you set for yourself inside your own head. So if you're feeling lost or stuck or just totally overwhelmed, I really want you to hear this loud and clear. You are not the problem. This is a universal experience, not some kind of personal failure. The system is kind of designed to be confusing, but once you can actually see the traps, you can sidestep them pretty easily. All right, let's dive right into this first group of traps. These are the big ones. They're responsible for that awful feeling of being completely stuck. The ones that cause total, frustrating inaction where you just spin your wheels and go nowhere. And the first trap is probably the most common one of all, analysis paralysis. This slide just nails the difference, doesn't it? The feeling of work versus the reality of it. It is so easy to confuse learning with doing. Watching another video feels productive, sure, but actually building one simple landing page is productive. The goal isn't to know everything, it's just to take that first tiny step. Okay, next up, this is a big one. The myth that you need a mountain of cash just to get in the game. It's a really convenient excuse, right? But what's the actual real-world startup cost to get a legitimate online presence off the ground today? The reality is, modern all-in-one platforms have completely torn down that financial barrier. You can build landing pages, you can send emails, you can even sell products with tools that are free or pretty darn close to it. So that whole "I can't afford it" excuse, yeah, it's pretty much off the table now. And this leads us right into the biggest paralysis trap of them all. Just waiting for the right moment. Look, the perfect time to start is a fantasy. It's never just going to show up on your doorstep. It's a choice you have to make, because every single day you wait, you can bet someone else is starting. All right, let's move on to the next set of traps, because this is where things get really personal. These are all about that internal pressure to be someone you're not, which is, frankly, a surefire way to burn out and fail to connect with anyone. A lot of us starting out, we think we have to find some kind of winning personality and just copy it. But your real strength, your actual superpower, lies in just being yourself. People don't connect with perfection. They connect with humility, with consistency, and with someone who's willing to share what they've genuinely learned, even if it's just a little bit. And that leads to this huge fear, right? This belief that to be successful, you have to be universally liked. But does trying to appeal to the masses actually work? Or does it just end up making you totally invisible? And here's the thing. When you try to speak to everyone, you really end up speaking to no one. Your goal is to be specific. By talking directly to a small, niche group that gets you, you create trust, you create loyalty, and you create a real connection. It's time to stop chasing likes and start building actual relationships. Which brings us to this incredibly powerful number, 100. That's it. You don't need thousands upon thousands of anonymous followers. The theory of 100 true fans says that a small, dedicated micro-community, people who truly trust and value what you do, is infinitely more powerful for building a real, sustainable business. Okay, let's get into our final set of mental traps. These are all about strategy and the myths that are floating around about how growth actually happens online. So the first big strategy trap is this need for instant results. We live in this on-demand world, right? But real growth, it's a lot more like farming. You have to plant the seeds, you have to water them consistently, and then you have to wait. So many people give up right before their efforts are about to compound and really take off. Man, the word selling, it just stops so many people cold, doesn't it? It feels kind of manipulative or sleazy, but what if we just redefined it? What if selling isn't about pushing products, but it's just about helping someone solve a real problem they have? Suddenly, it becomes an act of service. And when you see it that way, that fear just melts away. And here's another trap that's so easy to fall into, thinking that just creating content is the whole game. You can make the most brilliant videos or write the best articles in the world, but without a system to capture contacts, build a relationship, and eventually make an offer, your efforts are just drifting away in that endless digital sea. So, you want to know the real secret? The magic formula? Here it is. Forget all the gurus. Every single successful marketer, when you boil it all down, just does these three simple things with discipline and consistency. They create value, they collect contacts, and they build relationships over time. That's it. That's the whole game. Okay, so we've navigated all these traps. We've seen what not to do. So what's left? What's the one unifying mindset that actually sets you up for real success? Well, it all comes down to a simple but really profound shift in perspective. If you only take one single thing away from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Shift your entire focus away from preparing flawlessly to simply providing real, tangible value to someone, however small it is. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be useful. Because the only way to learn is to do. The only way to get ready is to start. So I'm going to leave you with this one question. Forget the grand plan for a moment. What is the one small, simple, useful step you can take today to get in the game? Go do that.